Sounds from the past. Much of the music we listen to today is a mixture of styles from various countries and time periods. A lot of music has roots in older traditional songs heard in many different countries around the world. Traditional, or folk, music is collected over decades, if not centuries. Younger generations learn these songs from their elders through practice and repetition. Since music can tell us a lot about different cultures through its lyrics, melodies, and the instruments used, researchers and music fans see it as an essential part of history. They fear that traditional and older types of music are slowly disappearing, partly because they are less likely to be written down or recorded, or because the format in which they are recorded is no longer in use. Also, younger generations may not find such music very appealing, so once older generations pass away, the music may die out with them. Whole genres of music may go extinct. There is a growing effort to preserve music in its many forms. Some researchers create field recordings made outside of a recording studio, to capture live performances. For example, in the early 1900s, social scientist Francis Densmore made recordings of Native American songs that had been sung for many generations, but were in danger of being forgotten. Researchers also transcribe old music by listening to old recordings, sometimes the only one of its kind left. They try to write out the music so that it can be studied and played by modern musicians. Collecting music is another form of music preservation. Some collectors are extremely passionate about their music and will spend a lot of time and money looking for things that have not been produced or sold for many years. Their efforts help to document music of different cultures, genres, time periods, and places. For example, some punk rock fans still collect cassette tapes from the 70s, while many jazz fans prefer to listen to old vinyl records. There are also associations and societies to preserve and celebrate very specific kinds of music. For example, the Edelson Society helps to preserve old and rare Jewish music. The Sunni Project celebrates the work of Grigor Marzayan Sunni, an old and influential Armenian composer, while the Video Game Music Preservation Foundation lets people listen to old video game music in its original form. Now, modern technology makes it much easier to preserve music. Smartphones can be used to record music, while the Internet lets us share these recordings and find people with similar interests. Soon, losing a piece of music may be a thing of the past.
For the Record, Album Reviews. In this month's For the Record, we review a selection of classic records that created a revolution in the music world. Each of these records appeared in the top 10 of Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest albums of all time. The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, 1966. Length, 35 minutes and 57 seconds. When the Beach Boys released Pet Sounds, they were already famous for their all-American image and California-style surf rock sound. However, Pet Sounds showed how the band had grown stronger and more mature in their music. Not only did they use more instruments than usual, they used a variety of sounds such as dog barks and trains to create their music. The album features the hit songs Wouldn't It Be Nice and God Only Knows, and inspired another great album, the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. In short, this is a great record for both fans and general listeners. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, 1971. Length, 35 minutes and 38 seconds. In the late 1960s, American soul singer Marvin Gaye saw many problems around him: war, poverty, homelessness, the negative effects of drug use, and felt the need to make a statement. What's Going On is written from the perspective of a war veteran, and the songs comment on social problems in a way that soul music never had before. Gaye's record company was sure the record, his 11th, would fail, but the title track was very successful, and so was the record. What's Going On was the first of many soul records to take on social issues. In short, this is an important record for any music fan. Focus your attention on the lyrics to really understand the music. Bob Dylan, Highway 61 Revisited, 1965. Length, 51 minutes and 26 seconds. In his early career, Bob Dylan was considered a folk music hero. He was known for his live shows, playing the acoustic guitar, and singing songs about everyday life. Named for the road he grew up on, Highway 61 Revisited is very different from Dylan's earlier sound. On the record, Dylan plays an electric guitar and sings songs about politics and culture in America in the 1960s. Many fans were shocked by this change, but the record affected the course of music forever. In short, buy this classic album for Dylan's poetic lyrics. The Clash, London Calling, 1979. Length, 65 minutes and 7 seconds. Punk pioneers The Clash crossed many music boundaries with their third album, London Calling. While the band kept their original punk sound, these songs also incorporate bits of jazz, ska, reggae, pop, and soul. The Clash were known for expressing their political views through their music, and London Calling comments on many problems in Britain at that time. This album showed that punk can and should be taken seriously. In short, this album is a great introduction to punk rock, but for true fans, spend your money on the rare live music recordings.